establishing of good relations between people in the world is based on the willingness of each person to help those who is nearby, and on the understanding of the essence of human nature, his responsibility for personal choice. Constructive changes in the world begin with the change in each person. These and other relevant topics were discussed during a friendly meeting in the coordinating center of ALLATRA International Public Movement by representatives of different countries of the world. Kevin, United States of America, The Traveler; Teya and Alexander, Ukraine; Svetlana, Czech Republic, head of Ibis publishing house; Tatyana Zinchenko, Ukraine, a practicing psychologist, psychotherapist, member of a professional psychotherapeutic league of European Association of Psychotherapy. Kevin travels a lot, meets with people all over the world. He is always looking for points of contact and mutual understanding. Kevin shared with pleasure his understanding of the necessity of building friendly relations between people of all nationalities, countries of residence, and religions. From his point of view, this is particularly important in the coming cyclical period of global climate change on the planet.
Knowledge is more valuable than 20 kilograms of gold. The knowledge is, I think, takes first priority. A person should educate himself and just learn.
It is very important to share. When you get this knowledge, that helps you to understand your true essence.
For example, if he gives another man one fish, he feeds that man for one day. But if he teaches that man how to fish, he feeds that man for life.
What are the real needs for a person?
Spiritual knowledge, not bread alone.
What are the main values in the society should be in order each person could understand who he is?
Well, like I said before, educate themselves, learn, like intuitive or able to decide, free thinking and creativity. And then like a chain effect or a domino effect, it's safe to say we've entered the golden age.
So what should we do to help this world to be better?
Well, that reminds me of a quote from Gandhi, "Be the change you want to see."
Kevin, so our conversation have just joined participants of ALLATRA International Public Movement from Prague, Sveta,
Prague, okay.
And from Dnipropetrovsk, Tatyana.
Maybe some meetings or events happened in your life that impressed you.
Oh, the people and helpful. Pomoc. No, the same Russia, Ukraina, ludzie dobre I pomoc.
What does it mean for you, the inner journey? What is the highest purpose of this inner journey for you?
To find and discover, to experience and feel the true self, the true identity.
Can I ask you a question? What do you feel when you're in touch with your true identity? When you go deep, what feelings do you have? I also travel a lot while organizing psychological seminars, and I found that all people have the same spiritual needs in all countries around the world. And in my experience, all people get in touch with the same feelings when they really evince their spiritual essence and start to investigate their spiritual nature.
Fyzičeský slova trudná najти. Po-rusky, po-anglickém только один слов. Experience or чувствовать, само себя чувствовать, чем слов искать, найти. A very positive, a very хорошо, good, peaceful feeling, which is rare and hard to find. Well, not really. It's within us. So we don't have to go far to search for it, but it's still hard to experience, hard to find. But knowing is half the battle. Just the knowledge is very valuable. Oh, I said that earlier, the word knowledge, more valuable than 20 or 30 kilograms of pure gold. Knowledge over something material or physical.
I just remember that about a half hour ago you shared your feelings about the book Sensei. You read it too, yes? Could you again share, please?
I did. Definitely interesting. Some of it was like some of Paramahansa Yogananda's books, and some of it like science or like Bhagavad Gita.
So something in common that you find in many.
Well, there are many religions, maybe 300 or 400 religions on the planet, but every religion, the common denominator or the one point in common, togetherness or union, but union with God is what everyone in common, everyone seeks.
What do you do to help yourself not to listen to these egoistic thoughts? What do you do? What is your way?
The credit or the knowledge, oh, well, it was my idea, or my thought, my plan. I thought of it, so I should get all the credit for it. I should be the king, for example. That's definitely the ego. A bad thought, a bad television program, a bad radio program, just tune it out. So it's like the thoughts in another sphere, like not the atmosphere, but the thought sphere, dirty and polluted. Like the dirty, polluted air of Los Angeles, California, the thought sphere is also dirty and polluted with negative thoughts.
What is the way
But you
out
have
of
to
this?
turn away from and tune out the bad, negative thoughts.
Just turn.
And don't spend too much time. Like turn the knob of the radio or turn the knob of the radio television. You just have to, well, like all the people, the other people, just as much as yourself.
And what helps you to be in such a calm, balanced, kindly state and to build relations with other people filled with mutual respect, kindness, cooperation and understanding?
To have some knowledge, to know, not to see, well, to see with the two physical eyes, but intuitively, like a sixth sense, none of the five physical senses, but perceive or feel, intuitively feel, intuitively sense who or what is this other person. Sometimes just when traveling, well, I think I already said, like hold the door open or even help me load my suitcase onto the train. And sometimes if I see someone with two suitcases, I quickly turn around and pull the door open
And you also
all the
help.
way and stand clear so a person can walk through and they're happy, they appreciate it. And they even thank me, say thank you.
An example
Yakuyo
of
or spasiba.
kindness.
Or genki mots. A lot of good
yeah.
actions, and then it's like the fruit, the high quality, the tasty, delicious, wonderful fruit with so many good positive actions. There's enough of this fruit for everyone to share. For example, instead of only 5 or 10 grams or 1 cherry, 1 strawberry, how about 1 or 2 kilograms? Because if you have maybe 1 big strawberry, 10 grams, and you know, well, it's my last one. Oh no. What happens then? Fear of shortage, fear of loss. It's your last one. And you know if you eat it, then it's gone, of course, and afraid of losing it, afraid of eating it. So then there's already fear, fear of loss, fear of not having enough, lacking, and then that's the old primitive problems we're trying to get out of from the present today. Fighting wars over it, but if you have 1 or 2 kilograms of it, you're not going to think about a shortage.
Is it possible to people to change their mind, maybe to change their lives, to change something inside of them in order to understand that we do not need borders, that we are the same all over the world?
The death of old ideas, the birth of new ideas. Does a caterpillar die when it changes into a butterfly?
And what do people need in order to change the situation?
The knowledge. And then they will know that, hey, this is something we should not be fighting against and resisting. This is like building a bridge over a big river. We really need it, so why are we fighting against it? And let's all get that bridge built right now.
Maybe I just would like to share also my feelings.
Go ahead.
About what you just also said, that people need knowledge to be united, yes, and just in my understanding also what kind of knowledge it should be so people start to unite. Maybe when you know your true essence, who you really are, that we are actually all the same in our true essence, yes?
That's
from ourselves.
better. Start with ourselves or save ourselves first, and then
help
we can
another person,
reach
yes?
down and lift, rescue, save the other person.
Yeah.
Now, we are fear-based, based on fear, afraid of not having enough money, and then afraid of not having enough food to eat, and then afraid of losing a house, an apartment, living on the street. All fear, всё боюсь, all based on fear. And this is the system. If they think about a shortage or lack of something, they're feeding the fear. The knowledge is the lifeboat, the rescue ship,
Yes, that is.
from drowning in debt.
It gives the real freedom to a person. The system works in such a way that all the people are afraid or all they want to have. That is the result of the inner state of person, of inner foundation of a human being. And if the knowledge is the inner foundation of a person, everything develops in such a way that a person creates the world himself.
Reflection of the inner shows the reflection of the outer. So we change ourselves, we change our mind, change our thinking, and then
Change everything around.
what happens next or what will follow is just like knowing that the sun will set and then rise again the next morning. Sometimes I read different, not ordinary, but in my opinion, interesna kniga, interesting books sometimes I read.
We read a lot of books too, spiritual and primary sources of different spiritual teachings, and we find the common seeds of spiritual knowledge in everything. ALLATRA book contains the seeds of spiritual knowledge from different teachings, both modern and ancient spiritual traditions. And most of all, I found the universal that unites everything, the spiritual searchings of people in different times and different cultures.
Объединяет все духовные поиски людей в разных временах, в разных культурах.
History repeats itself.
Yeah,
Historia повторит. Cycles and patterns can be studied, and again, the knowledge, okay, this happened, and then the next 2 steps will be this or that, and again, knowing by having the knowledge. That one word, knowledge, has more value than a room filled with gold bars.
When you study the knowledge of different cultures, different traditions, then it is easy to find the common with any person all over the world.
When you listen to the inner language, the true language, like there is a language of feelings, yes, then the physical, or how to say, the language that we use by like our words, it doesn't mean anymore when you feel, when you already feel, and when
So
you
many
use the language
limitations
of,
with the physical.
yeah. So when you feel this, okay, the language of feelings,
Without
when you
limitations.
understand, yeah, this is without limitations.
And do people understand the real situation? Do they understand that it is necessary to do something, to change something? Or
Still not all people. Still many people do not have this knowledge, and well, I think many people will, I don't know how else to say it, end up dead. It sounds like a tragedy, but and there were earth changes. The poles shifted every 12,000 years or 13,000 years. Earth changes. If the Titanic is sinking and they want to stay on board, they're stubborn, they want to remain on board the Titanic, well, okay. As for me, I want to jump off and get on the lifeboat and row, get away from the Titanic.
Metaphorical understanding the lifeboat.
Also knowledge, or knowing that the Titanic will sink in 10 or 20 minutes, go upstairs, I mean, or to the higher decks, and then get on a boat and get away from the Titanic before it goes underwater. Well, the lifeboat is only temporary. So another ship will come and rescue. And then you get out of the lifeboat and then get on the other ship, the rescue ship, and then go anywhere or go home.
to find the way out from this situation?
Cooperation or helping and sharing.
Если сможем объединиться как одна
We'll be
семья,
able to unite like one family, to support each other, help and cope with all the hardships which are waiting for us on the way, all
все
together.
вместе.
And with the knowledge, it will be very easy. Well, like the chain reaction, like the domino effect, so will this also spread. This movement, the ideas and ideas of sharing, and the knowledge that goes with it, leading to a better life and the golden age. I've only known about it for a few months, well, when we first met, that cold February. And when I was, earlier today, when I saw the map, the world map of all the pins, all the points and locations, I never knew before that it had already effectively spread around the world. And even countries, Iran or North Korea, there is ALLATRA. All 7 continents, all over the world, worldwide already, around the whole world.
Thank you. And we are very, very glad that you're here.
Dobro pожалуйста, you're welcome. Я тоже рад, glad I'm here.
Yeah, and
Glad to be here.
yeah, we're glad too, and thank you for your openness, for your sincerity, for these kind feelings that we have during all our conversation. So, thank you for that.
It was very cognitive conversation, and I realized one more time that people all over the world are the same and want to live in peace, harmony, and mutual help. I believe this is not future, but our present.